Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to talk about the course contents of your course English Compulsory 1. It has multiple course codes that you can see on your screen. What I would like to share with you is that your book is divided in 5 sections within each chapter, right? Those sections are based on function, structure, reading, writing, listening. Today we are going to talk about structure, particularly simple present and present continuous tenses, the present perfect tenses, the simple past tense, modal verbs, active and passive voice, simple future tense, continuous, direct and indirect speech, and clauses, main or dependent clauses. Now you can see that there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 topics, right? And we have 9 chapters. So in each chapter, you will find a section called structure, and we are going to cover one by one, starting from first chapter, having simple present and present continuous tenses. First, I'll be explaining to you the concept through different examples. Then we'll be looking at one or two exercises given in your book so that you are also connected to your book. Now going towards simple present and present continuous tense. So the present simple tense is actually based on very simple things. For example, the woman works on her basket. The woman works on her basket. Now he, she, it is there and it is special in a sense that it is singular, and whenever you add a verb with it, it is going to have s or es added to it. So the present simple tense is I work, you work, we work, they work. But if we talk about he, she, it, there is going to be an addition of s or es. Again, there are some examples. Peter works, Maria works, the elephant works. Again, the next example that is important to mention over here is the basic verb of go. If I have to use the basic verb go with he, I'll be using he goes home, she goes home, it goes home. With he, she, and it, I cannot use go. And one more special thing about simple tense is it will have no complexity but a single thought to present. Now, these are some examples with negative simple tenses. He doesn't work, she doesn't work, it doesn't work. Samoon doesn't work, Carla doesn't work, the machine doesn't work. I do not work, you do not work, we do not work, they do not work. So this is how, and if we have to say names instead of we can say David and I do not work, Ali and I do not work. Similarly, if there are two people and instead of they, we are to use their names, you can use Nia and Mali do not work. No, Ali and Ahmed do not work. So now the important question is, when do we use the present simple tense? We use present simple tense when we are using he, she, it in a manner which is present in sense, and then we add es for s. For example, the examples are given on your screen. For example, he pushes, he fixes, or she fixes, she wishes, and etc. Right? She watches, or he watches, or it watches. And we also use simple present tense when we are actually expressing our opinions, likes, and feelings. She likes making snow women. She hates flying. What do you like? I enjoy walking in the evening. So verbs of senses and mental processes are given there, which are able to express opinions, feelings, and different kinds of likes. And then repeated actions, habitual actions are there when we are supposed to, or when we are trying to express something that we do on daily basis or frequently, we can use that in a present tense. For example, I walk past Tom's house every day. I go to school every day. I go to church or mosque every day. Jane shops at the supermarket once a week. I visit France every 2 years. I go to my village every 2 years. I visit my village every 2 years. So the things that we do repeatedly are also expressed in present tense. So with third person, he, she, it, we add S or ES. This is a revision of the entire thing that we have discussed. Verbs ending in double S, X, CH, SH, and O adds ES. These are simple rules, of course. There are exceptions available, but this is for your understanding so that you can remember at least these, the ones we have talked about here. Now, basic verbs ending with double S, CH, ch, sh, and O. So in such cases, you add ES. There are more like these, but we are only going to talk about them. Verbs ending in consonant change into Y. For example, lovelies, lives, right? Then negative, third person does not, other forms do not. Of course, we understand when we use negative tenses, how to use them. Facts which are always true, we will use present tense. Opinions, feelings, we'll use present tense. Actions that happen regularly. For example, they usually take a walk at 6 p.m. We usually take a class in the morning. So this is present tense. Now, apart from this, I would like to take you to your book. Let's have a look what's written in your book. Now, this is page number 18 in your book, and you'll find the simple present and present continuous tenses. First, we are going to look at the simple present that we have discussed just now. The simple present is used to describe an action, an event, or condition that is occurring in the present at the moment of speaking or writing. The simple present is used when the precise beginning or ending of a present action, event, or condition is unknown or is unimportant to the meaning of the sentence. Each of the highlighted verbs in the following sentences is in the simple present tense, and each sentence describes an action taking place in the present. For example, the wife waits, the shelf holds, the crowd moves. Both sisters are very talented. Romana writes and Nomana paints. Now, this is the same concept that we have discussed in the previous exercises. Then the simple present is used to express general truths such as scientific facts. For example, rectangles have four sides, right? The sun is supposedly round. The moon circles the earth once every 28 days. These are universal truths and they are not going to change. That is why we are going to express them in present tense. The simple present is used to indicate a habitual action or a condition or an event. For example, the play ends with applause by the crowd. My father goes to play tennis every Saturday. I go to play cricket with my friends every Sunday. So these are some actions that we do on daily basis or frequently. That is why we are going to express them in simple present tense. While now these are the examples given about present tense in your book. Now we'll go back to the concept formulation of present continuous tense, and then we'll come back to this book to look at some examples. Right? Now, as you can see that I've highlighted the pertinent characteristics of present continuous tense. For example, I'm giving classes right now. My mother is working now. The students are paying attention at this moment. Now you can see one of the most important and easiest way of recognizes a present continuous tense is to look at the main verb having ing. For example, giving, working, paying. All these words are verbs and they are with ing that also shows a work in process, right? Now the present continuous tense is used this way as I've used the word play, the verb that we're going to focus with these most important pronouns I, you, we, they, he, she, it. And we're going to look at the formulation of present continuous tense. I am playing. You are playing. We are playing. They are playing. He's playing. She is playing. It is playing. Now, if you look at the importance, that is that if there are singular first person pronoun, that is I'm going to use am. But if there is he, she, it, I'm going to use it. And if there is second person pronoun, that is that is you, then I'm going to use are. And for plural pronouns, I'm going to use are. Now, present continuous tense in interrogative and negative senses. Interrogative is question sentences. Am I playing? Are you playing? Is he playing? Is she playing? Is it playing? Right? Then if we have to make negative present continuous tenses, we'll say I'm not playing, you're not playing, we are not playing, they are not playing, he is not playing, she is not playing, it is not playing. So this is how you make negative and interrogative present continuous tenses. Is he playing football at the moment? So how do we know this is a present continuous tense? That is also a question because we have a question mark at the end. So that is why it is a question. And we have ing with the main verb. So this is present continuous tense. Now, if we answer this, no, he is not. He is running. That is also a present continuous tense. He is running. Now, what is she doing? What is she doing? She is drawing. She is drawing a picture at the moment. So ing and is, it's showing the present continuous tense. This process, this action is taking place right now. That is why we are going to use present continuous tense because it is a process as well. What is Tweety doing? What is it doing? It's flying. We'll use it for Tweety because it is a character in a show, a cartoon as well. What is David doing? At the moment, he is playing football. So these are some instances of showing simple present continuous tense. Now we'll look at the definition and examples given in your book. So on page 19, you'll find the exercises related to simple present and present continuous. We have talked about simple present already. Now we'll look at the the present continuous tenses, right? While the simple present and the present continuous tenses are sometimes used interchangeably, the present continuous or progressive tense emphasizes the continuing nature of an act, event, or condition. Now, present continuous tense is also called progressive tense, right? In your examination, you might have a question on progressive tense, so do not get confused. And remember that it is going to be about present continuous tense as well. Each of the highlighted verbs in the following sentences is in the present continuous tense. Numan is looking. Numan is looking for the paperback. Dolly is dusting. The agitating factory workers are getting or gathering in front of the factory. So these are some attributions and characteristics of the present continuous tense. And apart from that, there is something given on page 25 in your book about present continuous tense, that uh, when and how to use them. So that is important, how to use present continuous tense. Use one, now, right? In present, we use the present continuous tense to express an action that is happening now at this very moment. For example, I'm trying to convey the idea of present continuous tense to you guys. You are learning English now. I am sitting, I'm not standing. They are reading, they're not watching television. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing your homework? Now, we have talked about how to make negatives and questions, and now you can see in these examples, the negatives and questions are given in present continuous tense. The second use that we have is for longer actions in progress now. In English, now can mean this second, today, this month, this year, this century, and so on. So the word now has multiple facets or shades. Sometimes we use the present continuous to say that we are in the process of doing a longer action which is in progress. For example, if I share with you that I'm writing my thesis these days, or if I say that I'm working on my thesis, that means that I'm doing that in this present year. So that is also a present continuous tense. Now, these are examples given in your book. I'm starting to become a doctor. I'm starting to become a PhD doctor. I'm starting to become a bachelor's in sciences or arts, whatever you're doing. I'm reading The Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. I'm not reading any books right now. Are you working on any special projects at work? Aren't you teaching at the University of Wessex right now? So these are some examples that are showing a longer process of today, this month, this year, this semester, this century, and so on. So the present continuous tense is also used in this sense. Then the third use, which we are going to look at, is near future. Sometimes speakers use the present continuous to indicate that something will or will not happen in near future. For example, I'm meeting some friends after work. I'm not going to the party tonight. Is he visiting his parents next week? Isn't he coming with us tonight? So this is how there are three usages given about present continuous tense in your book. Now let's have a look on these as well. To describe an event, activity, or situation that happened in the past for a period of time. On Sunday, I was walking for 3 hours, right? So present continuous tense is also used this way. You can see these examples yourself. They are available on 27, 28. We have done such an exercise already, but let's have a look. Write sentences with present continuous tense. For example, the first sentence is, what is he doing? Right? What is he doing? He is reading a book. They are walking. Right? She is going for gardening. They are eating. Again, next exercise is which tense, simple present or present continuous tense, will be suitable in the following sentences. Right now, Daniel is sleeping, right? They dash to some music on the radio. They are listening to some music on the radio. Dash in ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts? Ghosts? Or are you believing in ghosts? Believe you in ghosts? So the correct option is, are you believing in ghosts? Daniel dash, this book belong to you. Daniel, does this book belongs to you? Or does this book belong to you? Then Bilal dash to me. Bilal, are you listening to me? Right? So, are you listening shows the present continuous tense. So, this is how you can go about the rest of the exercise.